Right. Upper body mobility needs no introduction. Get yourself on your spot and let's get into it. We're going to start off with the usual, the big three, and well, you know what they are by now, so we're going to get straight into them. So I'm walking out, and again, these are the stretches now. I'm going to try and keep talking to a minimum, as in I'm not going to talk all the way through this. I'm going to give you your key points, and I want you to hold it and try and get the best out of these that you can, okay? So we're not even farting about this morning. Straight in, first stretch, and get this body wakened up, okay? So you know the score with this one. We do it every workout, we do it every mobility session. I want you to try and get better at it every time that you do it. Try to get that back just a little bit straighter until you start to ease off that tightness. And then I'm coming up on top of my arms, and I'm slowly lowering. Again, play around with the position of your feet, slowly lowering the hips and pushing them through. And again, this is very much an upper body one. Okay, so we're pushing through. This is where if your core's feeling a bit tight, you'll definitely feel those core muscles getting a good stretch. Okay, and again, the emphasis is on pushing the hips forwards and through your arms. Yeah, you're probably not going to get there, but again, a lot of people just drop the hips and think it's just holding it in that position. I'm trying to actively push my hips through. It's not a great range of movement, but again, you need to be sensible, and you're just trying to relax into it, and then I'm coming back up. Okay, so I'm back up, and I'm going a wee bit further this time. This time I've decided to bring my feet a wee bit closer together. Okay, that's going to really probably start hitting my hammies and my calves a lot more, but I'm feeling it tight there today, so that's where I'm using my initiative to get a bit more from this stretch, depending on how I'm feeling today, okay? So I'm pushing, same principle, feet are closer together, and I'm pushing the hips back, trying to drive those heels down, okay? They're not touching the ground, they might be, but mine aren't. I'm pushing through, pushing through, pushing through, sliding on the ground everywhere I go. Good, and you're just trying to look for ways to improve that stretch, okay? Because you're just trying to adjust and make any little adjustments that you can. Good, and then I'm dropping the hips down and pushing through. What day is it today? It's Tuesday today. Tuesday if you're live. Good. And the world is slowly going back to work, eh? The world is slowly going back to work. Except us. It's great. This is the way I want to keep it. Good. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Good, so side to side. So on a normal day, I'd probably be doing these classes at 6 o'clock in the morning live, if we were doing these in normal times. But I'll be damned if I'm getting up at the crack of dawn when I don't need to. And that's not because I don't want to, but I'd rather do other things at the crack of dawn and enjoy that time while we can, eh? Before everything does go back to complete normality. Whatever that might be, who knows? Good, I'm going to come back up for one more. So I think we might have done a few more than normal. I think we might have done more than 3, but that's okay because we can always benefit from it. So you should be feeling pretty good. Again, that's just a good one for hitting all those target areas up the back end of your body. Okay, so when you're ready, stand yourself up. And like I say to you, that's a good one for hitting probably the most common areas in which you're feeling tight. Okay, so if you get up in the morning, crack it. You know, any point in the day you want to stand up, you've been sat down for a long period of time, I feel it just resets you a wee bit, okay? So next up, we're going to go for our lower back, hamstring and glute focus amongst everything else. Feet together, knees soft, and then I'm just simply going to roll up. Again, there's not much to this other than, all I'll say is, as I always say, you're not trying to touch the ground, okay? I'm not trying to go towards the ground. I'm trying to roll myself up. I'm trying to get that head, chin tucked in and slowly try as if I'm trying to wind myself up to look further and further up towards the sky through my own belly. Okay, and we're only holding it briefly and then we're coming back up again because it's not a static hold. Okay, so come back up on your own time. It's not a static hold. I'm not going down there and stopping. I'm going down there and continuing to try and go further and further and further. Then I ease back out of it and stand up, and then I go back into it. So again, I'm rolling myself up, tucking that chin in. Soft knees, but not bent excessively. Once you get down there, you feel you're at your limit, just check that your knees aren't bent too much. Okay, straighten them up a wee bit, but don't lock them out. Make sure the chin's tucked in, and then, like I say, continue to try and go further and further and further. You get the picture. And then I'm coming back up the way I went down, so I'm unrolling myself, and again, we're going for 3. So it's a good one for waking up the spine, okay? That lower back especially is probably where most people will be feeling it the most, and it's a good one. It's a good one to start the day. It's a good one to start any routine with, okay? So I'm going to tuck the chin in. I'm going to go for number 3. This is the last one I'm going to do, so this is the one I should be getting the furthest down. I should be feeling the best on. And just try to take it as far as I can, sensibly and safely, of course. And I'm coming back up. Good. Right, again, yes, it's upper body, but still, we're doing this because we're drilling it into you. We won't go to town on it, but all I want to do is just loosen off the hips so my feet hip width apart, and all I'm going to do is pull my knees apart, sit down into a squat until I feel that stiffness, whatever that may be. If there's any, there might not be. You might be able to get straight down into a good squat. Either way, pull the knees apart with the elbows, keep the chest up, as in don't let your spine start to arch forwards, and just try to find any little areas of tightness and try and work on them. Again, if you're able to get down to reasonable depth, you'll be able to get stuck into the ankles. If not, get stuck into that groin, okay? And when you're getting stuck into the groin, drive the elbows in, pull the knees apart, force the chest up, stretch out the muscles. Don't try to make it easy. You can get up, you can shake out, you can go back down. Again, if I was stretching out the groin, I'd be trying to keep that chest up, pull the knees apart as I drop the hips, and then eventually start pushing the hips forwards as you pull the knees apart. And you use this stretch for whatever you need to use it for to start to build up that squat depth, okay? So again, you can get the ankles, you can get the groin. Just try and, all we're trying to do is open up the hips, okay? There's no right or wrong way to do this. Well, there is. This being the wrong way, okay? If you're just sumped forwards with an arched spine. And that'll do it. So if you want to do a few more of them, crack on, but it's upper body, so we're going to get stuck in to our upper body. Right, we're starting off with the back. Okay, so we're going to be working on that, what I would call overhead mobility. The mobility that allows us to move our arms freely above our head without getting any restrictions or any tightness, okay, which a lot of us, again, are going to start feeling. So if you've got a wee bit of a kind of tightness in your chest, shoulders, upper back, we're going to start getting stuck into that now. So we're getting down on the knees and we're going for our lat stretch, okay? Big lat muscles, the latissimus dorsi, those big meaty muscles you can feel on the side of your body, okay? That go right round into your back amongst all the other ones. So all I'm doing here, I'm getting the arms out in front. Again, we're going for the usual ones, the ones that work well. All I'm going to do is I'm going to get my right hand planted to the ground. I'm going to take my left hand, I'm going to put it on top of my right hand, slide my right hand out, okay? So now my left hand's on the ground. And then plant my right hand on top. Then before you start going into this stretch, I want you to straighten the arms out. Straighten the arms out, and that's where if you're feeling tight, you'll probably feel it already. Okay, you'll feel that stretch already before you even start going down. Now to get this stretch going, all I'm trying to do now is keep those arms straight and just slowly start to lower my head and my face towards the ground, okay? So all I'm doing, and I'm going to shift to the side so you can see. I've got the stretch, okay, and now I'm just going to simply move my body back so that I can get down between my arms. Like so, okay? Where you feel it, you're going to be feeling it right in here at the armpit area, right on the back, probably in here. Okay, that's where most of us are going to feel tightness. You could be feeling it in the chest also. Again, individual dependent. Someone might be up here feeling a hell of a stretch. Someone might be right down and not quite feeling it as much. It just depends on your mobility, and neither is right or wrong here. So again, you have to be proactive with these stretches. You're trying to increase it, increase your range of movement and increase the effectiveness of the stretch. So make sure, push your hands away from you to lengthen out the muscles that we're trying to stretch. Okay, push them away, get the elbows locked out and continue to try and push through. You should be able to, even if you've got good mobility, you should be able to find a good bit of stretch in here. Play around with the position, try to increase the stretch. But you should know that by now, okay? Again, you're watching me, it'll probably just look like I'm holding the one position, but I'm not. I'm trying to maneuver my body, even just twisting an inch or two to the left, an inch or two to the right. What's that going to do to my stretch? Make sure my elbows are stretched out. Good, and then I'm going to come back out of that, okay? So again, up, shake it out. So again, you can get a lot from that, even if your mobility is pretty good, which I would like to say mine is all right. I can get a hell of a good stretch on that, but it's about being proactive here, okay? When you're in that position, I've told you how to get into the position. It's then up to you to try and find little ways to increase the stretch or focus it on different areas within there, okay? You'll see me fidgeting around, you'll see me twisting to the left, twisting to the right, pushing away. I'm always keeping that core stretch on, as in I'm always trying to keep the stretch emphasised on the area that I'm stretching. But I'm moving around to try and enhance it or find areas that might need a bit more work, okay? But that's where you have to be proactive. And I keep saying it, I say every single stretch session, okay? So again, I'm out. If your stretch doesn't feel like a good one, get back out, reset and go again. So I'm gonna go for left hand on the ground, take the right hand, plant it on top of the left, okay? And yeah. Yep, that is right. Okay, go for it. No, it's not right at all. Okay, let me talk you through that one again. First thing in the morning and all. Left hand, plant it. Right hand, get it on top. Yep, slide the left hand out. Yep, and that's where I was going wrong. And then plant the left hand back on top. There we are, there we are. God almighty. Right, okay, so now I'm going for it again. Focus on pushing those hands away from you. Focus on locking those elbows out and then begin pushing through. Now, where you put your knees is up to you. You play around with that position. That's where it's completely up to you, how you position the rest of your body, so long as you're able to get a good stretch. And again, it depends where you're tight. You might feel it in the chest. You might feel it in the armpit. You might feel it everywhere. Make sure you're not fighting the stretch. Make sure you're relaxing into it. Even if it is uncomfortable, do your best. Again, manoeuvre around within it, move around, try and enhance it any way you can. There's no right or wrong way of doing this as long as you're keeping that stretch on the target area, which is predominantly that lat out on the side, chest, shoulder area. Good, and then we're coming out slowly, easily, shaking that one out. Good. Good work. So again, I like that one. That's a good one. And the reason we cross the arm over, it just helps lengthen that muscle out a little bit more and emphasize one side a bit more, which I'm sure you're feeling. Okay, and next up, we're going to get ourselves onto our bench. So we're leading on naturally onto the same type of stretch, except by getting a bench sofa. I'll just go straight into it so you can see straight away what you need to do to get set up. It just looks like this. Okay, so whatever you're using, the purpose of it is just to elevate the elbows. It doesn't have to be as high as this. It could be higher. It could be lower, okay? It doesn't matter. As long as you've got room to push your head through your arms, okay? Because obviously if you try to do this one on the floor, it ain't going to work. So all I'm doing, I'm getting the elbows on the surface, the raised surface, and then it's my triceps, okay? It's my triceps on it. I don't want you leaning on the elbows. Bring the arms back, because that's going to help lengthen it out. Put the arms back behind the head. Position your body, and then just simply, you're literally just hanging there, okay? I'm pushing the body through. So this is where someone who's tight might look more like me, and you're feeling a hell of a stretch right now. Or if you've got a bit more mobility, like I'm showing you now, you'll be able to get the head right through. And again, the purpose of this and the reason why we're elevated is because if I didn't have my arms elevated, I wouldn't be able to go through this far, obviously because I'm beating the floor. So it's about relaxing into this one, everyone. It's making sure that you're not fighting it. This can be pretty uncomfortable, and even if your mobility is good, you're going to feel this right in those lats, okay, right in at the armpit area. And again, play around with the position. Move your arms further behind your neck. Do you feel that more? Probably, because you're lengthening out the triceps. It's finding a nice balance. Making sure you're not driving the elbows into the bench, making sure you're completely making yourself weightless. You're not making yourself weightless. Completely sinking all your weight into the ground, okay? Dead weight. Don't fight the stretch. Relax into it. We're not holding this one for much longer. So you're trying to get your knees further back so that there's more weight leaning on your arms. But again, that just depends on how it's feeling for you at this moment in time. So this is pretty uncomfortable. For me right now, it's uncomfortable. I'm going to come out slowly. Good. So again, you can get a lot from that one if you do it properly. And the key points here on this one, like most of them, is just trying to make yourself dead weight. Okay, you're just trying to completely, whatever points of contact are on the bench, you're trying to just sink into it, completely relax, and make sure that because it might be uncomfortable, that you're not driving the arms into the ground, okay? Because that's going to make the muscles tense instead of relaxed, and then we're not going to get a better stretch, okay? So next up, we're going to lead on nicely from the lats to the triceps, okay? So you might have been getting a bit of the triceps on that one. I just held a camera stop. It's the recorded version. God, too many things to think about. Good job I heard that there. Are you still seeing me and hearing me okay, aye? Good. I don't know what, I heard a lens close. Don't know what one it was. Too many things going on here. Right, okay, we're still here anyway. So, what about that? Triceps. Better if you're up against the wall, not the end of the world if you're not. Stand up tall, arm behind the neck, okay? Down the back, get your other arm up, grab that elbow, and all I'm doing is just trying to pull that down. Okay, so you might well feel the same kind of area we've just stretched, getting a good stretch in here. Yep. Now all I'm going to do, get the elbow against the wall if you've got a wall, and this is where you can just look like you're just hanging about casually. Okay, because you can use the wall and you can use your body weight to lean into the wall and get a better stretch. Now that's why I'm stepped out from the wall. It's going to let me get in there a bit more, okay? There we go, Leslie, yep. So all I'm doing, again, you can do it with your arm. So there's nothing wrong with this, you can do it with your arm. You can pull that arm down, I can get a good stretch there. Nothing wrong with that at all, okay? But again, we're trying to focus on a good quality stretch. We don't want to get that other arm tired, so a good way to get around that is get the elbow on the wall and just use that wall instead of using the arm. And the reason, again, it looks like I'm just casually leaning, it's because I've walked the legs further away so that I can really lean into the wall, okay? So I'm really using my body weight to lean into the wall and enhance that stretch more, okay? And it's about feel again, so make sure your elbow's nice and high, nice and vertical. Make sure that hand stays down, okay? You're trying to lengthen out that tricep on the arm, so we need to have this hand tucked right flush back behind us, okay? If you lift your arm up here, you've not lengthened, you've shortened the triceps, so you're not going to feel it. Oh, for goodness sake. Good. So I'm still on the same side. Again, a good minute minimum. You can hold these as long as you want, so if you feel yourself, well, not so much on the live, but if you're watching the recorded, and you're feeling any of these stretches that we do, like, oh, this is really tight, okay, and that's going to change us there, we're going to change. If you're feeling particularly tight, just hit the pause button and go a bit longer on them, okay, and that goes for any of them. I have to keep moving this microphone around, I need a haircut. It's interfering with the microphone. Right, okay, so I'm up. Again, I can do it, quite easily do it without the wall, okay, I've got a good grip of that elbow, good quality grip of that elbow. Good. But if I wanted to use the wall, it's there. But the point I'm making here is I don't need the wall, because then I have to turn my back to you. but I could still get a damn good stretch without the wall, okay? It's just the other arm might start getting tired depending how tight it is, depending how much you have to actually pull that other arm. Good, so this is us leading on to the triceps. So far we've done our usual 3, just to mobilise and get us woken up and get us moving well, regardless of the time of day. We've moved on to the back, predominantly focusing on the lats and all the muscle groups on our upper back. But with that, you'll probably also be getting a bit of the chest and shoulder in. And here, we're now on the triceps, okay? So that'll lead us naturally and nicely onto the biceps, okay? So we're stretching out the triceps. Now we're going to go to the opposite side of your arm. The muscle that lets you do that. We're going to stretch that out. Now this is one that you really need to kind of focus on what I'm saying. Okay, now I'll repeat myself. I'll get you set up, I'll get you going. Hopefully the majority get it straight away. And then I'll repeat myself in case you don't. So all I'm going to do is palms up towards the sky, elbows. Elbows pointing down but pushing up through it, okay? So my arms facing up, my elbows, I'm literally almost trying to snap my arm back the wrong way, if that makes sense, just by forcing my elbows up, locking my elbows out. Now keeping my biceps and those elbows pointing down and pushing up, yep, feeling that tension there. I'm going to twist my arms back, round, round and round, and by twisting those arms back only and continuing to push those elbows up and trying to almost dislocate your own elbow with the strength, you should be able to feel your biceps getting a good stretch from anywhere between your forearm right up into here. Okay, let me show you again. Elbows pointing up. I'm literally trying to bend my own arm back round the wrong way here. Palms facing up. I continue to push that tension up through the elbows. Keep the biceps and elbows facing. Twist the hands only, okay? Why are you doing this wrong? You're doing it wrong because when you twist the elbow, twist the hands, you're twisting the rest of your arm with you and you're getting hee-haw. Okay, okay, there we go. So elbows, I'm trying to bend them back the wrong way. I'm facing my palms up towards the ground. No, facing the palms up towards the sky. Okay, and I'm continually trying to bend my arm back the wrong way and then I twist my hands round. And then as a result, I'm stretching and lengthening out my biceps, okay? So you're going to feel that anywhere between your bicep, down into your forearm. Trying to relax your arms while trying to push the elbows up, okay? So it's a bit of a weird position I've thrown myself into here, okay? But you must have your biceps facing up at all times and always trying to push those elbows up as if you're trying to bend your arm back the wrong way with brute force, okay? And that's a good way of doing that one, okay? So shake it out. Hopefully you got a good stretch. Pretty simple. Okay, right, where are we at next? Forearms, we might as well. I was going to leave them out, but we'll do our forearms first. So get your mat set up, we're back onto the floor. So the forearm one, can't get enough of that one, okay? Forearms get pretty damn tight at the best of times, sitting typing, sitting not really getting a great range of movement, so we seize up a lot. Even more so if you're exercising, if you're grabbing heavy bars and stuff all day long. Those forearms, they get forgotten about, shall we say. So all I'm doing here now, get the fingers back facing towards your knees, yep. That's us. And then all I'm doing, it's as simple as going back the wrong way. Okay, so all I'm doing is just leaning back. I'm going to go side on so you can see. So make sure those fingertips are facing back towards your knees, yep. My palms are flush and flat on the ground. And all I'm doing now is just trying to lean back the way, okay? So it doesn't take far before you really start to feel that, okay? You'll feel it. Now you need to not fight this one, so don't go too far too soon. When you start to feel the stretch, focus on relaxing your breathing. Focus on just sinking those arms into the ground. Making sure you're not driving the fingers into the ground. If you're driving the fingers into the ground actively, you're going to be tensing up those muscles and you're not relaxed. That's fighting the stretch, okay? That's what I mean by fighting the stretch. So I'm leaning back, I'm leaning back, I'm leaning back, and as always, I'm trying to apply more and more and more tension here. Trying to increase the range constantly, just a little bit at a time, and if I feel I'm losing it, as in I feel I start fighting it and I'm not relaxed anymore, just ease off a tiny fraction, get it back, and then continue to go again. So again, I'm not just stopping at a point here, I'm actively trying to take it further, but at no point do I let my palms come off the ground. So this is a bit of a horror, okay? As you know by now, we've done this one loads. It's a bit of a horror. Yeah, we can really get a lot of range out of this one by just continually trying to go further and further and further. But then again, be sensible here. You don't want to be injuring yourself. You're just trying to go further while trying to stay as relaxed as you possibly can. Let those arms sink into the ground. Don't start driving those hands into the ground. Good. I'm going to ease out of that one slowly, because when you ease out of it, as always, as I'm sure you're feeling. So pump the fists a few times, rotate round, and just shake it out and let all that blood flow back in, because that's a bit of a disgusting one. Okay, right, where are we at next? What have we done? Right, we're going to be getting down. We're going to get stuck into the chest now. Chest, shoulders. Again, it's all connected. So quite often or not with a lot of these movements, we're hitting multiple areas at once. But where you feel it might not be where I'm telling you that I'm feeling it, okay? That's where everybody's different. Right, okay, it's the interlocking fingers one. So if you're happy with this one, let's get going. Get straight into it. If you're not happy and you've not done it before, I'll talk you through it. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to get the arms behind my back, and I'm going to interlock my fingers with my palms facing away from each other. Okay, I think that's pretty clear what you're trying to achieve there. I don't know how better to describe that. Okay, and now all I'm going to do is fall back onto my elbow and fall back onto my other elbow until my hand and my elbow is flush on the ground, keeping the fingers interlocked, properly interlocked. I don't mean fingertips interlocked, I mean the full fingers interlocked. Now I'm planting the feet, and all I'm going to do is just force my chest up. Okay, I'm trying to get my chest up while keeping my arms down. My forearms are on the ground here. And when I force my chest up, I'm going to start feeling a good stretch in at my chest area. Okay, see where that muscle connects in at the shoulder? That's where we should be feeling it. If you're not feeling it, shift the bum a fraction down a bit more away from your arms, and you should feel it. Now it's a combination of trying to relax, but trying to push yourself up through. Okay, so we need to have that chest pushing up through always. And again, when you're ready, go a little fraction more. Move that bum down a bit more. You should be able to get a good bit of tension on here, a good bit of stretch. It's quite an isolated area that we're stretching, so you should be feeling it right deep in that shoulder, okay? Right where that pec attaches in. That's where we should be feeling it. But for yourself, anywhere between chest and shoulder area. And again, I'm moving that bum a wee bit more. Play around with the position any way you can try and enhance it. Trying to relax those arms into the ground as you push the chest up through. So right now I'm feeling a good stretch, a real good one. Again, it's quite an isolated area. It's quite a target area, this stretch. So hopefully you're feeling it too. And again, I'm shifting my bum a wee bit more. Just seeing how much I can get out of this one. I'm just trying to increase the stretch on that area. Okay, you don't want to go too far too soon, because you're going to end up losing it completely and losing your form. Good, and if you can, another one. Don't wait for me to tell you. If you can enhance the stretch anyway, just go a wee bit more further down with that bum. Okay, good. Good. And then I'm slowly, very slowly, going to ease out of that. Okay, if you want to hold it for a wee bit longer, you can. Okay, now what you can play around with. We're going to play around with this. This is where I want you to try and see what works best for you. We're going to take that stretch and see if we can enhance it anyway. Okay, so I'm going to get my hands, because there are a lot of people when they're doing that crab position feel a lot of pressure in their shoulder. All those tabletop glute bridges that we do. So now's the time to try and get stuck into that. So if you look at my palms, my fingertips are facing away from my body, okay? They're facing away. You could do this one with them facing towards, but for the first part, I'm going to try. Let's see what we can get out of this one. Okay, and all I'm going to do is plant my feet, and I'm simply going to lock my elbows out, and I'm going to push myself down and see what I can get out of that one. Okay, so hopefully you can find yourself, and again, you're going to have to play around with the position here. Again, it's a bit of a weird one, but you can see what I'm doing. My arms are locked out, and I'm just trying to keep the shoulders together. Okay, it's important that you don't, I'm easing out of it to show you, don't you ease out of it. It's important that you don't have the shoulders rounded like this. and then try and go further, because you're not going to get the stretch, okay? We need to have the chest up, proud, shoulder blades together. Yep, you know the drill. Chest proud, shoulder blades together, then move through the range, okay? That's going to, and until you're starting to feel that stretch. Now you must have the arms locked out, okay? If you've got the arms bent behind you, as in like that, you might feel it still. So play around with it, play around with it. All I want you to do is try and find that area in which you're feeling you're getting a better stretch. So if I've got my arms locked out, I'm feeling it a lot in my biceps, still feeling it in my chest. If I bend my elbows and try and sink down without losing that form too much, I can really find myself getting a stretch in that chest area again. But all I'm getting at here is there's definitely going to be tightness in there for someone, for you. Is try and find it, okay? Try and find what way this works best for you. And then when you're ready, come back out of it. You could go the other way, okay? You could have the palms facing towards you, the fingertips facing towards you, and go the other way. In fact, let's try it now. And do the same idea, okay? Now when you do that, where do you feel it now? Probably going to feel it a lot in at the chest area, but again, if your forearms are pretty tight, you might well feel it there. So all I'm getting at here with this, because this isn't in the routine, I've not got this written down, I'm just trying to get you in the mindset that you can stretch out these areas in multiple ways and there's no fixed way of doing so, okay? It's usually just reversing through the range of movement and trying to find any pockets of tightness, okay? Now, what you can do with that one, because we don't have equipment and we're not using equipment, a good way to stretch that area out even more is to have a door frame or a bar behind you and just slowly start to work up through it, okay? Doesn't work if you're lifting because then you're using strength, but if you've got somewhere to anchor your arms behind you, you can get a good quality stretch on that. But anyway, I'm talking off topic, there's no point. So where are we at now? What have we done? We've done arms, we've done chest, we've done shoulder. We'll get stuck into the chest. Now this is where I'm going to give you an option. I want you to explore, I want you to try it. We're going to do the chest one where we're grabbing the wall and we're moving away. Yep, pretty standard, pretty easy one. You can try it on the floor if you like. Okay, so I'm giving you the option between standing and lying on the floor. If you're lying on the floor, this is your wall, okay? And your stretch is simply going here. Or you can do the same one. So this is where, if you prefer doing it against a wall, grabbing the wall and doing the same idea, if you feel you can get a better quality stretch when you're stood up, do it, okay? But you might find, because we're lying down, you might find that because you can get your body weight on your arm more, you can get a better stretch. So all I'm doing, getting that arm out laterally. Again, for the first part, just have it out 90 degrees to your body. You can play around with the angle if you like later on, as in during the stretch, you can go 45 degrees either way. And all I'm doing is just trying again to keep that shoulder in the socket. Don't start rolling round if your shoulder's rolled. Keep the shoulder blade together, keep it in the joint, keep it relaxed, and just slowly start twisting. And this is where you're just going to simply move your body any way you need to enhance that stretch, okay? So we can really get something from this one. But you have to be playing around with it yourself. Okay, you have to be the one thinking, right, how can I get a better stretch here? Okay, if I move my body this way, okay, you might find your legs are in a right weird place, like a squashed spider. But again, you do what you need to do, and try maybe moving your arm at 45 degrees to your body and stretching. How does that feel? Does that feel any better for you? Or go a wee bit higher. How does that feel? Okay, so play around with the angle. Whatever angle gives you the better stretch, whatever you feel like you're getting the better one from, you go for it. Right now I'm finding a lot of tightness. So I've got that arm higher up, I'm feeling a lot of tightness in that shoulder chest area. So that's the area I'm going for. And you can see with my legs, I'm just trying to move my body round away from it, okay? So I've got this hand anchored and I'm just trying to simply twist my body round. So it's a pretty one-way movement, this, okay? I'm just simply trying to twist away. I'm trying to go further and further and further while trying to relax as best I can into it. Good. And then I'm slowly easing out, changing arms. Okay, and again, start off 90 degrees to your body, and then adjust as you need to. So I've changed arms. So I'm simply trying to relax that arm into the ground, the side that I'm stretching, and twist away from it. While trying not to let that shoulder roll, okay? We're trying to keep the shoulder blades still squeezed together. So I'm holding it at the 90-degree position for a bit, just getting that initial stretch. And then if it's anything like the other side, if I go a wee bit higher up with the arm, then oof, I'm feeling a lot of tightness right in the front of that shoulder. Okay, so that's the area I'm going to explore and get stuck into a bit more now. And again, it will look like I'm just holding it, but I've taken it further and further and further, but only a tiny little bit at a time, okay? Constantly trying to apply more and more stretch, more tension, working this through a greater range of movement, safely and sensibly as always. Good. When you're ready, ease out of that one. Good. Right, stand up, shake out, get a drink of water. Let's get stuck into that upper back now even more. Right, let's do it. So we're getting back down, we're getting onto our knees. We're going to work on that thoracic spine for the last part now, okay? We're going to work on the thoracic spine time. We're good. Right, so we're planting the feet, planting the hands. And all I'm going to do for the first part is just my usual arching and extending, okay? Now I'm not doing it for long, I'd say 5 seconds, squeeze, push through, and then I'm back up and I'm going the other way. 5 seconds of constantly trying to apply more tension, okay? So 5 seconds on each side, leaning back, leaning back, leaning back, leaning back, pushing through the arms, pulling the shoulder blades apart, trying to focus on getting the whole spine up as well so that that lower back is getting it here. Good. And I'm just making that flow, okay? So I'm going for 5 seconds of pushing through, pushing through, pushing through, pushing through. And then I change, and I just keep doing that, okay? And again, that's going to help free up any tightness in that thoracic spine. Again, if your shoulders are a wee bit arched, you'll probably feel it more so when you start leaning back. Okay, that spine should be able to move freely, okay? But we lose it. Good, and just keep that system going. Trying to go further, just trying to find any little areas of tightness again. Not many ways we can kind of alter this one, but make sure you're lifting that chin up. Good. So you can do them all day and feel good all day. So all I'm going to do, same idea, same setup position, sorry. And now we're going to start doing our T-spine rotations. So all I'm doing is as simple as getting my fingertips onto my spine. Now, onto your temple, parallel to the ground. And all the purpose of this is I'm trying to keep my hips neutral and keep the rotation here strictly in my upper back, okay? So from the side, pay note to my hips, okay? I'm not letting the hips rotate. I'm letting the upper body do the work. I'm trying to loosen off any tightness. So I'm pulling that elbow back, pulling the shoulder blade together, okay? And you're going to hit that point in which you feel like you physically can't go any further. You're stuck. And it's that point I want you to try and push through, work through, pause, and then back down, okay? So I'm up, hit that point, push through it, push through it, push through it, try and go further, and then back down, relax. Okay, and we're going to go for roughly 10 per side. Again, I'm not letting those hips, don't let those hips lift or rotate. You're trying to keep this strictly in that upper back. Good. Again, make sure those hips aren't lifting. Make sure we're not starting to lift those hips up. Right, when you're ready, we're going to change arms. Do a few more if you like, I'm not rushing you. Again, that's one you'll probably find you. For a lot of people, they don't need to go very far before they feel that limitation. But as long as you're pushing through it, each time you go up, you should feel you're just getting a tiny wee bit further than you did the last time you went up. Push through, push through, push through. 5 seconds of pushing through it. Okay, and then I'm back down. Good. Great work, everyone. Good. And again, when you're ready, relax, chill out, get a sip of water, and get up onto your feet. Okay, so we're nearly there, we're getting there. Hopefully you're feeling a bit more, but that leads us on to this, the neck, okay? Because again, a lot of us get that tightness in our neck. And when I say neck, okay, I'm not just limiting this to here. You're going to feel all that tension down the back, okay, maybe even down the front, right up around your head. So again, there's a lot of ways to get stuck into the neck. There's a lot of different techniques we can use, but again, we're just going for no equipment. We've only got our body here, so we can do it any way we like. So I'm getting the arm behind my back, like so. Shoulder blade pulled together, stood up nice and tall, okay? No point doing this and then being like this. Okay, see the difference? Shoulders now rolled. Something just went off again. See, I keep hearing that. You still hearing me all right? Paranoid. Still recording. It's bizarre. I keep hearing the shutter close. Right, okay, you can still see me okay on live? Yes. Right, good. So I've got the arm behind the back. I'm stood up nice and tall, nice and proud. Okay, make sure you're stood up. You don't need to do this with your arm. I don't know why I put it there. Everyone's copying me now. Okay. So all I'm doing is I'm leaning that neck away from the arm that's behind my back. Now, this is where it's now up to you because we do not have time to do every single angle in the neck. You can go laterally, immediately to the side like I've just done, or instead of doing that, you can go diagonally, okay, 45 degrees. I want you to pick what one feels like you're the tightest. For me, it's just laterally, okay, right on these upper traps. Always get tight with me, but you might find that when you go that 45 degrees and start tucking the chin in, there's a hell of a lot of tightness there. So pick the one that's best for you. You don't need to do the one I'm doing. I'm going laterally because again, I've got a lot of tightness in those upper traps. Then I'm going to get the arm up on top of my head and I'm just going to apply a wee bit of traction. Okay, just a wee bit at a time. Just start pulling your neck. Now you're pulling your neck to lengthen that muscle out, but you're not pulling your body. Okay, don't start pulling yourself away. By pulling that neck, you just take the need for your neck muscles to actually work to do it. It makes no sense. Okay, you take that, you help your muscle relax in your neck rather than having to use strength to try and get a stretch. Neck can relax and let the arm do the work. And all you really need to do is put your arm on top of your head and just let it kind of hang off. And just that gentle pull is enough. Okay, so I'm trying to focus on lengthening that out. Now you can really go for it on this one. You can really focus on getting a good stretch. You can really pull that neck as well. But make sure you don't start pulling your body and make sure that arm and that shoulder stays relaxed. So again, go for it. If you're going at 45 degrees, principle's the same, except obviously you'll be pulling the arm at 45 degrees. So you'll be like this. So whatever one you've chosen, take it further and further and further. Good. Good, and slowly ease out of it, slowly with the neck. Okay, we don't want to rush that neck. We don't want to end up walking about like this. Okay, so again, arm behind the back, shoulder blade squeezed together, stood up nice and tall, nice and proud. And all I'm doing is just finding that stretch, finding that position. Once I feel I've got it, yep. Again, as you'll feel now, it's the strength in your neck muscles that's making you move that way, which isn't an effective way to stretch because we're not relaxed. Then we get this arm up. Okay, now my neck doesn't need to work. Now my arm's pulling on it and it's doing the work for me. And again, if you want to go at 45 degrees, go for it. But just remember, you'll be pulling your neck 45 degrees, okay? Don't put your chin at 45 degrees and then try and pull it laterally because it defeats the purpose. But again, I'm just sticking with that lateral stretch because that's what I'm feeling it the most, personally. Everybody's different. You might feel it both ways, that's fine. Do both. Okay, you've got the time. We're done after this. Good. So again, you're just trying to take it further. Trying to relax into it as best you can. And again, try to be conscious. I'm always trying to talk to you about better posture. Try to be conscious more of your posture. And you'll probably find from the mobility classes that you are a bit more conscious of your posture. Good, relax slowly again, slowly just let that blood kind of flow back in. So again, try to be conscious when you're moving about. Try to keep your shoulder blades pulled together, keep them flush against your rib cage. Try to keep your chest nice and proud. Okay, try and keep checking, squeeze the butt to make sure that your hips aren't sitting away back here. Okay, squeeze the butt, tuck them underneath. Again, the more you do it and the more you're aware of it, eventually it'll just become second nature to you and you'll hold better posture, all round, okay? Because it's very easy to lose it, it's very easy to get lazy, and like I say, I could be sat at my desk and then all of a sudden you're aware of what you're doing and you can be sat like some weird horrible position on one bum cheek, you know, trying to do something on a computer. So try to be aware of it, try to fix it, and try always, you know, when you're sitting down, try to keep that spine neutral, okay? When you get sat down on the car, get your butt on the back end of the seat and slide down into the back of the seat, as opposed to ending up sitting with your hips forward of the back of the seat. Little things like that. Try and always just make yourself feel like you're sitting in a better position. But again, you have to consciously think about it. But it's only going to benefit you. Otherwise, we end up on doing all this. If you just go and sit at a desk now like this, okay, for the next God knows how long during the day, then what do you think your body's going to adapt to, okay? This hour of this, or your 8 hours of being sat at a desk, it's going to adapt to whatever you're doing the most. So bear that in mind. That's us done, that's upper body. It's as simple as it is. Thank you very much again for coming.